What's up, YouTube? Working on this Nissan Frontier. This is a 05 model, and there's a check engine light on the dashboard. I got my OBD2 plugged in, my code reader, and the OBD2 port is located right above the gas pedal. So the gas pedal is right here, and you come up and it's right above it, right below the dash. And here I have the other end plugged in to my code reader. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start it. And the problem this truck is having is it's hesitating to start. You can see the service engine light right here. Now once everything syncs up, you can see the code P0335, which is pointing me to the crank sensor. And the crank sensor is on the passenger side of the vehicle, on the lower side right in here. So to get there, I got to remove the wheel, and I got to remove this inner splash shield. And to remove this, there's actually some screws. You can see one screw here, and you go up, take all these screws out, and all screws that are pretty much around the edge of it come all the way back down to the front by the front bumper. Got to take these screws off also. By the passenger door, there's another screw right here. So once you take all these screws off, you just take this inner shield out. Once that inner shield comes off, then you're able to get back here and see the sensor. So now after removing that inner splash shield, if you go straight in right between here, the sensor is actually in here. That rusted 10mm that you're looking at, that's actually the bolt that holds it, and that's it right there. And I'm just gonna go in with my screwdriver. A flathead might be better, but I'm just using the Phillips head. And this is the connector right here. I'm gonna push on the connector. You can see he's pushing in. So I'm just gonna press on it and pop the connector out. And that's what it looks like. So now I just got to get a 10mm, put on that bolt to extract it. And I'm just going to go in with a long extension and a 10mm socket. And once I got that on there, crack that loose. And once I got that bolt out, now I just have to come in and kind of twist the sensor. Just twist it to kind of loosen it up a little bit while I pull it out. And here we go. Now this is the comparison between the old and the new one. This is the old one, and here we got the new one. And the new one has like a shield around it, and as far as I understand, that's to protect it from oil being all over it. When I took the old one off, it was covered with oil, and that helps it either not read good or kind of escalate it going bad. So the new one has this protective shield on it to help to minimize that. And the brand I got is NTK, same as NGK. This is the part number. And now it's just to install it. Now before I install it, I just went ahead and put a little bit of oil on the O-ring. Grab my 10mm bolt. Just gonna snug that up. Get my connector, plug that back in. And from here, start the vehicle up, let it idle, and just make sure it's working properly. Now here, I got the ignition on. The vehicle is not running. I'm gonna go back to my code reader, and I already have the screen select as to clear the code. I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. It's clearing it. Let's see if it comes back successful. Okay, erase was successful. Now I'm going to go ahead and start it. Okay, start it right up. And before, the code would not clear, so at least I know the sensor was definitely bad. And you can see the RPM is starting to drop, which is good. And right now the RPM is pretty much where it should be, around 750 idling. And I'll check it here on my reader. Engine RPM 750. See if it goes back down. Yep, went back down. And that's it for replacing the crankshaft position sensor on a 05 Nissan Frontier. And this is a 4-cylinder model, and it's from like 05 to maybe 2013 or something like that. The Xterra, the Frontier, and there's another submodel I can't recall right now. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.